Thank you so much to the fans. You guys have always been amazing to me to live out my dreams and show my passion through martial arts.
Well, the MMA community was caught off guard. This was a bit too sudden. It was a bit of a shock. But if we think about it, this is no time for sadness. We're celebrating the career of one of the greatest of all time. This video was going to be only about Jon Jones, but since DJ retired, I'd like to share a few thoughts. Well, Matt Brown gave his opinion on the Jon Jones versus Aspinall situation. I saw his comments shared by several sources. I'm gonna read it to you. The fact is, it will be forgotten. No matter what Tom does, if Jon retires after he beats Stipe, we're in the age of news, it's news for a day. Maybe for a day or two. There will be some people on Reddit saying Jon was scared of Tom or whatever. By the next week or whatever, he'll still be the greatest ever. No one's going to be like, oh, Jon's not the greatest ever because he didn't fight Tom Aspinall. I don't think a single person is going to say that. They're just going to talk a little bit of silly stuff for a couple of days, and it will be completely forgotten. Just like Georges St-Pierre. Well, I'll hate to disagree with Matt Brown, he's such a legend, but he's giving his perspective. Or maybe a fighter's perspective. Let me give you a fan's perspective. No one's even debating if Jon's the greatest of all time. He'd be the greatest ever, even if he would lose to Tom. Why didn't Jon vacate when he got injured? Just like other guys did. Yuri did it, Jamal did it, but let's leave that. But comparing Jon to GSP, okay, he had a couple of weird outcomes fighting, but outside of that, he was an example. A bit like DJ, to tell you the truth. And I'm telling you, fans are not as dumb as you think. What will happen when they start comparing him to other GOATs? I mean, let's forget the drugs, the things with his wife, and running over a pregnant woman. But no matter how many times Dana says this, we all know Cyril was not the best guy in the world at the time. But let's leave it at this. Like I said, I love Jon Jones, he's the greatest of all time, but he's the one making it look so bad. Now let's talk about DJ. Man, what a fighter. What a legacy he leaves us with. He dominated the UFC's flyweight division for years, but it seemed like the UFC wasn't happy with him.
The greatest fighter you ever saw. Your opinion on him.
It's hard to say, but it might have been Mighty Mouse. Because when Mighty Mouse was in his prime, he was so magnificent. He was so fast, and he was doing things that you couldn't believe how he could do. He hit a dude with a suplex and caught him with an armbar on the way down.
Some people say he was boring. Well, not in my book, but okay. His reign ended with Cejudo. He won the first fight, and he lost the second. Or did he? Never mind, I'm not here to raise any doubts. He went to one championship, because apparently the UFC was going to get rid of the flyweight division. Well, last time I checked, that division still exists. Again, it doesn't matter. In no time he was the interim champion, but he lost to the champion when he was trying to unify the belt. Maybe he hasn't adapted to the rule set yet, and he was kneed in the head while in the ground. After that, it took a while to breathe and appreciate skills, but he'd have to survive the first round with a Muay Thai world champion, and so he did. He could hang with Rodtang. He ended up submitting him in the second. And like that, he had the chance to fight Adriano again. He fought Adriano, and he also finished him with a knee to the head. What a legend. Well, fast forward, yesterday he retired.
Thank you to my wife, thank you to my children, my mother-in-law, father-in-law. Fuck. You should get it out.
Godspeed, Mighty Mouse. For me, and for many martial artists, the greatest of all time. Now, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Please let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys on the next one.